Hey guys, and welcome back to Hummingbird Acres. This is part 2 of our July farm tour. In our first video, which I'll link below, I gave you guys a tour of the gardens, and now I'm going to just take you on a tour of the farm and show you all the other things that we have done since we have been here and some of the upcoming projects. Alright, so we are going to start over here. When we first brought down all of our trees, we had them up on the other side, and there was no leaves on the trees at that point. Now that all the leaves are out, the trees just aren't getting enough sunlight, so I moved them over here, and they're doing okay. This dogwood I'm looking at right now does not seem to be doing too well. I'm not sure why. Maybe shock, that's what I'm hoping. But we will see, because it's the only dogwood I have left. The other one actually died as well. But its soil is wet, so I'm thinking it's got to maybe be shock now that it's actually in. It gets pretty good light. But you can see like our grapevines are over here. A lot of our hardwoods are still over here. We have some bushes, and then our berry bushes are all back there. And then all of our nitrogen fixers for the orchard are also all right here. So this is the but this is all the stuff that still needs to be planted that we will plant in the fall. Probably early September we will get all of this stuff in the ground. Most of it goes in the orchard, and then the rest of the stuff we'll have to figure out where we're going to put. And this is like the back corner of the camper is where this stuff is. So can walk over this way. When we got back down here, I did have to do some more work on these rocks for the kids because, well, the brambles took over. So what I did is I kind of made them a path that runs right here, and then along this outer edge I planted some vines that I hope will take off and then just cover this back edge so that none of the brambles will grow anymore. I do have some more cleanup work to do over there. But the kids' play area got cleaned and sprayed. It probably needs to be done again, but I'll work on that once we get back from our trip to Maryland. We also want to move this because it's just not in the most ideal spot, and it sags in the middle. So we want to take care of that. And then the walnut trees are still something that we have to deal with. We think we're just going to end up cutting them up and stacking it to use for firewood because we can't seem to find anybody that wants to come and get them. So they're there. And then this has just a bunch of things in it that needs to be cleaned up. So then we come this way, and we have put in our water hydrants, our sewer hoses, and our electric panels for our campground. So all of this is roughed in, and I'll take you on the barn in a minute and show you. But all of this is roughed in. The sewer hose still needs to be cut, but I think we're waiting for the electric to figure all that out. So that is done. So this is actually site 3, and it would be on this side. So this is one you would pull in on, so your back is to our camper, which is right there. This dump trailer has to be moved still. It still has gravel in the back of it, so we've got to deal with that. And then this is site over here 1. 1 is site where the MC is, my dad's camper. And then site 2 is right here, and this is where Nana's camper will be for now. So then you can see all the stuff is roughed in for this one as well. Now the boxes, the circuit boxes for these are on this pole, and they're still being used. So once they cut the power off next week, we'll move those boxes to this pole, and then everything will be turned back on. And again, like the other ones, this one needs to be cut down as well so that everything drains. But I think the biggest project, not that I have done, but that my dad and Jamie have done, is the electric. And I'm hoping it's not too dark in the barn for me to show you this. This was a huge hole that they dug to get in there and then run that sewer hose. We go in here. Hopefully it's not too dark. Hopefully the camera will adjust. So we also did a lot of like cleanup in here. Yeah, just clean up because we do want to pour concrete in this area here shortly. And then we also set up a fridge, and we're gonna set up a washer in here so that we have a fridge and a washer. Just more space, and then I can wash things quickly. And then the goal is to get this oven up and working. But what I wanted to show you behind all the electrical bags is we have 2 panels in the barn. They are both 200, and this was a crater, like a huge crater. They dug this out mainly by hand to get it all in there. And then my dad and Jamie got all of this wired up, and then these 2 coming out of the ground is the water. So hopefully by the end of next week, all of the electric for this part of the farm will be housed in the barn, and all of the water will be in here. We still have a lot of work to do, considering we've got to move all this dirt, make it level. We have to put a paver in here so that the tank is on a level surface. So all of that has to be done, but the electric will be in here, and then it comes out to our meter base, and we'll have 2 shutoffs out here. So we're going from a 200 amp to a 400. So we'll have the meter and then 2 shutoffs, and then they run into the barn. And then we'll have, if you look back here, we have water. The pressure tank is back here right now. This will move into the barn. But we will also have water right here. And my hope is that this water, we can connect a hose to this, and it will supply water all the way out to the orchard, which is back out there. So let's walk back out there, and I will show you guys kind of what we have done out there. Something we did when we were like moving gravel and trying to get the campers in some of the right spots is we started to gravel this wraparound. It wraps around the barn so that you can drive all the way around the barn into the campsites. So we started doing this. We definitely need more gravel, but it's what we had, and it needed to get spread out. So out here in the orchard, I've been doing a lot of just maintaining and cleaning. So I came in with the weed whacker and cleaned up around these blueberry bushes. Now we haven't really gotten a harvest off these blueberry bushes, but look at how big they are. Like this one was tiny when we planted it in the spring. And the same thing with that blueberry bush there. This one is still kind of tiny, but yeah, these blueberry bushes are looking really good. This one here. I do believe this one back here is an everbear. So if we get rain, this one might produce another flush of fruit. I'm not positive on that, but that one might produce another flush of fruit. And then the one that's at the end of this row might do that as well. I do need to propagate more to fill this row in, but finding it hard to propagate when I don't have like a greenhouse or enough space. So we're playing that game. And then these are blackberries. So one there, I cut that one on accident, but it looks like it's gonna come back. This one here, and then there's 2 more. We do need more blackberries, and there are blackberries all over the property, but the blackberries that are on the property are thorned, and I really want to stay away from the thorns if we can. So I might try and propagate these. Just like I said, I need a place to propagate them. And look, I got a berry right there. Now the question is keeping the kids away from it. But like this right here, this looks like it's been eaten by bugs. That's not looking too good. But some of this non-woody cane would be awesome to propagate. Just have to get there. And then I still have 2 rows of raspberries to plant. I think it's 2 rows of raspberries. Oh, no, it's not. It's 1 more row of blackberries and then 2 more rows of raspberries. So I have that to do as well. We put this orchard in back in the spring when the kids and I were down here for spring break, but we never got the netting on it. We just ran out of time, and then Jamie couldn't do it by himself. So he started it, and then Garrett and I spent about 2 hours out here one day, and we got all of the netting up, and we started to see some growth on these orchard trees because they were really struggling. All right, let's take a look at what is going on out here. This one is one of our peach trees, and you can see the main has died, but I do have some, like, I don't want to say suckers, but I do have some down here. So what I might do is retrain this so this one is the main, and then just cut the rest, and then this one will grow up and we will work with that one instead. But definitely need to cut the grass out here. This is another peach tree. This one seems to be doing pretty well. I'm wondering if I need to put some Japanese beetle bags out here, because some of these leaves don't look the best. They're definitely in dire need of water. I don't know if I have time to water this before I leave. We will have to see. These here are fig trees, and they are pretty tiny. I don't even know if you can see in here, but you can see some fig leaves right here. There's a couple more over there. This one was a little bit bigger, but it looks like, oh, it's popping back out. Oh my gosh, is that a baby fig? That is crazy. If that is a baby fig, Garrett is gonna go nuts. Holy cow. That's crazy. And then there's a lot of new growth right here for this. There is one more fig. I think it's over there. We'll check that one in a minute. We lost quite a few apple trees. Not really, probably from the deer pressure. This one here just is struggling. I don't even know what to say. I don't know if it's struggling because of deer or if it's struggling because of just pests and lack of water. This one here, like, just, this one might be fire blight. I'm not positive, but this one died. That really sucked. What was this one? This was a Macintosh. That was one of our original apple trees that we bought and had in Maryland. That one seems to be doing well, but it, again, not many leaves. There was one right here that is completely gone. That fell and is completely, Garrett kicked it over, I believe. That's how dead it was. This was an apple tree that Jamie did when he did a grafting class, and that one is completely gone as well. Let's see. This one here, I don't know if this was an apple or if this was a pear. I don't remember for that one. This down here, though, was an apple, is an apple. This one's still okay. This is one that Jamie did in a grafting class. And actually, if you look at this, so I believe the graft is right here. So only 2 branches on this are apple, and the rest of these branches are sucker. So I really need to come out with a pair of snips and snip them off. But you can see, like, up here is all dead. Yeah, I don't know about this, guys. It's not looking the best. And I don't know if it's deer pressure or what it is. This is a pear. Just doesn't have much growth. That is my pineapple pear. Kind of glad that that one is pretty good. And I don't know, let's walk down this way. Yeah, I did plant another pair back here. This one seems to be, okay, I think this is one I planted from seed. So that seems to be doing okay. This one was another one from seed. Seems to be doing good. I think if we got some rain, it would make the world of difference. This one here, another one from seed. So I think in all, we need like 4 more apple trees. I have 2, but we'll need 2 more. I think that's a pear. It's hard to see these things. Sorry guys, right there. But I think we need this whole row, so that's 3 there, and 1 back there is 4. And then I'm not positive that one is gonna live. That's up there. And I believe this was an apple, and that is gone as well. Oh my gosh. And there had to have been another apple in this line, and I don't even see the stem. So that's not a good sign. So it might be 6 apple trees is what we need to replace what died. And then I know that we had 2 plums. This one died here. But I think this one up here, I do see some growth on it. Yeah. And then I believe this one here in front of me and that one right there in front of the mountain, I believe both of those are nectarines. I have to look at my map. And then the 2 cherries there and there seem to be doing well. And then I do need 2 more cherries. So, I don't know. It's an interesting year with these trees. I mean, no, it's their first year, but I don't know. I think maybe the deer netting earlier might have helped, but I'm not positive. Back here is where so you guys kind of have an idea where I am. The orchard is right up there. That's the barn, and then our camper is on the other side of that barn. So this is like the view from back here. So this is like ideal location, like prime location. It's absolutely gorgeous. And if you are on our newsletter, if you're not, there's a link below. If you're on our newsletter, you always get first dibs on all of the things that are changing, and you get updates the quickest. So if you are on our newsletter, you know that I fired the builder that was building Nana's house. We were having lots of problems with them, and it just became obvious that they were not going to be able to do what we wanted, and they really were not working with us and doing their due diligence to solve some of the problems that we saw from the very beginning. So we fired them, and what we are doing now is we are exploring the option of building our house. So our house would be right here where I'm standing. It would be behind me, would be the front porch. So this is an option we are exploring. We are in the very, very beginning stages of this. I am not even sure it's going to come to fruition, but it is what we're thinking right now. And if it doesn't work out, I know that God has another plan for us, and another door will open if one closes. So I wanted to let you guys know that this is kind of what we are thinking right now. So stay tuned to see if that is actually the plan we're going to go forward with, or if another door opens for us instead. Now, if we do end up building our house back here sooner rather than later, we are discussing moving that main garden up here to this spot. That main garden was down there, and if Nana was building, we would have electricity and water for that greenhouse and that garden. Because she is not going to build on that lot for many different reasons, the electricity and water to that garden and greenhouse is really hard. So we are exploring the idea of moving the garden up here, which then means we would put our greenhouse right here. And if all works out and we have the time this winter, we might start building that greenhouse so that next year I can do a lot more seed starting and I'll be able to propagate some things for that orchard. So you can envision, with the trees gone, future garden spot would be right here. And then you turn a little bit this way, that tree is gone. Pretend like it's not there. Our house would be right there. And then eventually we're talking about a carport or a garage. So carport, garage, house, garden, amazing front porch views. So I'm going to leave this tour there for you guys and stay tuned for the next video so you guys can see what else we are up to on the acres and on the homestead. And if you are interested in living the simple life and thriving and homesteading, get our free guide. It's linked below.